Greetings, boxing fans. This is Nick with BNboxingNews coming at you. Got some news for you. Man, I just got home from work and I was just chilling and I was just scrolling and I ran into something on a boxing scene and it said something about top rank CEO Bob Bear. I'm gonna read straight from boxing scene. Shout out to boxing scene. It says, who promotes WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury says unification with Anthony Joshua will be a top priority, provided both champions win their upcoming fight. I got an issue with that. I got an issue with that because Tyson Fury hadn't even defeated or hadn't even fought Deontay Wilder yet. So why in the hell is anyone even talking about Fury versus Joshua? Fury versus Joshua shouldn't even be conversation. It's bad enough that the Joshua versus Usyk fight is on September 25th, very close to the Fury and Wilder's fight, which means that it kind of looked like they put those fights close together so that they both have the same amount of time off to where they both can fight each other after they're done with their primary fight in front of them. This is a situation that everybody have to look at. Usyk may beat Joshua. Wilder will beat Fury. Why the hell are these fighters overlooking each other? I mean, Fury should not overlook Wilder. Fury and Bob Arum need to focus on Deontay Wilder. All right, it's bad enough it don't look right with the whole COVID situation. Okay, but for them to automatically start talking about the Anthony Joshua fight, which probably will be next year, and they started saying February, March, April. That shouldn't even be topic right now. Topic should be October 9th. October 9th only. It's kind of upsetting to me to even see that there's talks of Anthony Joshua and Fury. Like serious, it really upsets me. And it goes in and says the two sides was close to the agreement earlier this year, but regardless of them being in talks earlier this year, both both fighters have unfinished business. So that conversation shouldn't even be a conversation anymore, right? Um, Fury has a large plate to fill, and Bob Arum shouldn't even be talking about anything else but Wilder. Because as it looked, or as it seems, Fury right now is afraid. He don't think that he can overcome the Wilder fight. So at the same time, he shouldn't even be thinking about or even talking about Fury or anybody else. And that's on a serious tip. Fury shouldn't even be talking about him or Arum shouldn't even be talking about Wilder. Shouldn't be talking about anyone but Wilder. Um, Wilder is still in training camp preparing for his fight on October the 9th. As far as Fury, I know he flew back to UK. His wife had a child for him. And I don't know when he's going to be back in training camp, but I'm sure he's probably in training camp now, preparing for his fight with Deontay Wilder, which, the trilogy is going to be the fight of the year. It's going to be action packed, I'm sure, and both fighters coming to win. Um, my whole deal is Anthony Joshua should be talking about, the winner of the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fight. That's who Anthony Joshua will be fighting. Not not talking about fighting Fury. Um, it can't be that certain that Fury's gonna beat Wilder. I mean, it can't be that damn certain. I say definitely, you know, both fighters are gonna come in there with their A game, and we got to see who's gonna win that particular fight. But as far as just talking about, or overlooking the fighter, that's definitely a situation. Bob Arum knows better than that. Tyson Fury should know better than that. Wilder is in no shape or form to come in there playing around. That dude mean business. That dude is coming there to destroy. That dude is coming in there, and he's hitting for a body. So they shouldn't overlook him. I wouldn't overlook a dangerous guy like a Wilder, like a Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber. You know, I just thought that when I read this article, it's kind of disrespectful, man, for them to even be talking about fighting Anthony Joshua or anything else. If anything, they should have mentioned, hey, the winner is going to fight Anthony Joshua. They shouldn't even be talking about anything else but that. And it's kind of offensive to even see that, to even see that these fighters are planning on, or looking at, looking at someone else. Okay, I dropped the link for you, my brother. I dropped the link for you. So like I said, it's gonna be quite a challenge to see what's gonna happen. I can't wait, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for the fight on October the 9th. I'm ready for the fight. It's gonna be an action-packed fight. Give me 1 second here. Let me post this shit right quick. Hopefully he can see that and get that right quick. Look inside the private chat. It should be there. Okay, it should be there. But like I said, man, when I was reading this article, I kind of got upset. I'm like, why are we even still talking about AJ and Fury? AJ and Fury shouldn't even be topic right now. AJ and Fury, I understand Fury was trying to overlook Wilder before and try to go the other route, but the arbitrator definitely laid down the law and let everybody know, hey, this fight has to happen first. So unless Fury dropped the belt, he cannot overlook Wilder. And even the whole situation about Arum talking about he wants to fight in the UK. As far as I know, Fury can't fight in the UK. Fury, if I'm not mistaken, USADA won't allow that because of a drug test, a failed drug test, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a lot of shit that has to happen prior to that AJ fight. Even Frank Warren had a lot to say also. He said Fury's okay, he's focused, and he would do a job on Wilder. Hey, with an extension of 2 months, it seemed like he needed more time to prepare for Wilder. So hopefully, when he does come, he come to do a damn job, because Wilder will be coming for his neck. I mean, that's on some serious shit. You know what I'm saying? Wilder will be coming for his head. I mean, it's on some real shit. Let me see what Frank Warren had to say. All right, hold on. Right here on the boxing scene, it says, Frank Warren, the co-promoter of WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury, cautions that his fighter can't afford to slip up in the upcoming trilogy fight with Deontay Wilder. They were scheduled to collide on July 24th, with the event being pushed back when Fury tested positive for COVID-19. The contest will now take place on October the 9th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And he spoke about in the February 2020 rematch, drop Wilder. Nobody cares about that. What happened. We care about what's going to happen going further. You know what I'm saying? What happened has happened. What's going on, man?
What's going on?
Oh, man, I was just talking about this little boxing scene article that I was reading that Frank Warren had put out. And another one that Bob Arum, thing that Bob Arum said about, Bob Arum was basically talking about AJ and Fury after AJ overcome Usyk and after Fury overcome Wilder. Both of them are going to fight early next year. I kind of felt disrespectful for them to even call themselves trying to overlook Wilder, which is one of Tyson's. This is Tyson Fury. To me, it will be Tyson Fury's biggest fight. It's supposed to be the trilogy and will be the end. What happened here is pretty much it. What do you think about that situation, man?
Yeah, I think they can't overlook either one of those fighters. You know what I mean? I mean, Usyk hasn't really looked impressive at heavyweight yet. But nonetheless, he's still a skilled fighter that must be taken seriously. So you can't overlook him, and you got to be prepared at all times. And then, of course, we know what Wilder can do as well. So they can overlook those fighters if they want. They're gonna be in for a long night. Yep.
Yeah, now it's gonna be an interesting fight, man. The good thing about it is, right, first thing we see is we're gonna see before we get to the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fight, we're gonna see the Anthony Joshua versus Usyk fight. So right then, depending on how Anthony Joshua fights, we will know exactly where the direction everything is going in. Meaning, if Anthony Joshua wins, I know for sure that's where everybody will be aiming to fight next.
But yeah, I mean, we need all the belts unified. So obviously, Wilder, the winner out of Wilder Fury, gotta face that winner out of Joshua Usyk. I don't know if they got rematch clauses in there. I'm quite sure. They probably do. Just like Joshua had with Ruiz. He had that immediate rematch. So we're still a while away from, potentially, depending on the outcome of these fights, from all the belts being unified at heavyweight. But I thought it was interesting how Arum kind of called out the Fury camp for the lapse around, COVID. It all sounded suspect from the beginning. And to be honest, I don't know how too many people that believe Fury even had COVID to begin with.
Yeah, no, I don't think Fury
He
had
wasn't ready to
COVID,
fight.
man.
That's that. At the end of the day, he wasn't ready to fight on the 24th, whenever the fight was supposed to be last weekend.
I don't believe Fury had COVID, man. I think Fury needed more time.
Yeah,
Fury
exactly.
needed time based on his performance, man. They said that he was getting beat up in sparring, just didn't look right. Um, he had a full plate with a baby being on the way, and he just needed to overcome all of that stuff, man. And now that he got all that out the way and his extension to train, I think he'll probably be more prepared. And I want him to be more prepared because I don't want him no damn excuses. I want
Yeah,
him and Wilder to go into the ring and do what they're supposed to do and no excuses. I want his glove to be checked. I want everything to be checked. And I want both fights to go toe to toe and no excuses at the end of the day.
yeah. I mean, the only thing that's gonna stop this fight right now, is this, this COVID stuff. You just don't know how things are gonna go. We don't know what the world gonna look like in October with it, right? So who knows what happens, and maybe this fight gets postponed again because it didn't happen in July. The prime time and which it could happen now is delayed 3 months. Everybody can see what's happening out here with this stuff. Who knows what happens? If there's whatever the case may be. I don't think it's gonna be a shutdown, but we don't know with this stuff. And is Fury gonna be able to get back in the States? Because remember, he flew back already to England or United Kingdom or wherever, right? So who's to say in October there aren't travel restrictions? Now he can say, "Oh, I wanted to fight, but travel restrictions prevented me from travel." So yeah, man, all of this is kind of suspect, bro. I just know it gives Wilder more time to train and prepare, and I think he's gonna catch him.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the whole deal. They gave he was trying to look out for himself. Fury was trying to look out for himself and give himself more time. But by him giving Wilder more time, he just further injured himself. I think he should have not done that. I think he should have fought Wilder while he had a chance and fought him last weekend, opposed to giving him 2 more months to prepare or another month and a half to prepare. I think he makes that fight even that more dangerous for himself. And it to me, I think it lessens the chance of Fury winning. I've been realizing on different channels and everything, a lot of Fury fans are now looking like they're turning on him. They're becoming Wilder fans, or they're losing that respect because of the whole COVID thing. I think most people are realizing that more than likely he didn't have COVID. Like you said, he was out in the casinos with fans, dealership with fans, and he was able to fly back to the UK. And we all know that's a serious crime to fly or to interact with people with COVID. So that being said, right there, there's no way he has had COVID and done those things, just those things by himself.
Bro, and to be honest, man, and once again, we can save this video. Mark, remember this day, 7/28. I don't know if the fight gonna happen October 9th, to be honest. I think Fury might come up with some other reason or excuse, injury or something. And I think, to be honest, I think at some point the WBC is gonna take that belt from him. They're gonna strip it, order a fight between Wilder and somebody else for the belt or interim belt or something, and he ain't fighting. He ain't gonna fight. I don't think he want to fight. You know, and he done made a lot of money, good money. You know, getting up there in age. You know, different point in his life and stuff like that. He don't want to fight. He didn't want to fight Wilder this third time, and you saw all what he went to prevent from fighting him, and that's been over a year now, right? Think about it. Now the fight gets signed 2 weeks prior. He can't fight because of COVID. Now fight postponed 3 months. We might be under travel restrictions. He might suffer an injury in camp. We won't know. Fight might not happen October 9th. And at that point, the WBC got to do something because he holding up the belt. And they not making they sanctioning fees at heavyweight. So they either give the belt to Wilder or have him fight for the belt. Name Fury champion in recess or whatever, and Fury may not even fight again, to be honest.
For some reason, all that you're saying, man, sounds factual, man. Sounds true. I think we was all saying that after the fight was canceled initially. I think that myself and other YouTubers were saying that we kind of figured out that fight wasn't going to happen. We didn't think that was going to happen. We think Fury's just trying to catch up with AJ and call it quits.
Yeah.
He's not a stable guy, man. So we always got to stand by and see what happens, man. I really don't know. But hey, man, at the end of the day, I just think that they shouldn't overlook Wilder. I think both fighters and promoters need to all respect each other's camp and definitely go on with the fight. I mean, this fight has to happen on October 9th. You know what I'm saying? It has to happen at the end of the day. You know, I want to see this fight more than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see, man. I just don't see it happening at this point. I am. Hey, if it happens, great. I gotta see it to believe it. You know, when they're in the ring and they already announced them in their corners, that's when I'll believe the fight happening. Fury might sprain his ankle walking to the ring. You know, something stupid might happen.
Might do like that dude did a FA jog, but walk in that bitch and walk back out.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, they got to get in the ring. The bell got to ring. And for
until
round
that
one, and then I
ring,
know it's
dog.
good.
We don't know if it's gonna happen.
I'm telling you,
Until that
he
bell
finds a
ring.
way to get out of these fights. He did that with Klitschko. You know, had all those issues and everything.
Yeah, I like to say salute to my boy Bruce Goes in the building. Thanks for your support, Bruce Goes. Man, like I said, at the end of the day, Tyson Fury and Bob Arum and Frank Warren, they got a big fish ahead of them. And his name is Deontay Wilder. Don't overlook him. Don't plan a AJ fight because at the end of the day, he may not be able to fight AJ depending on what Deontay Wilder does to him. They shouldn't talk about AJ until after October the 9th, if in fact they could even talk about him. Because the conversation may change to Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, pending on if Anthony Joshua defeats Usyk. So, I mean, right now, either fighter shouldn't disrespect, shouldn't overlook each other because there's big fishes on the line right now. There's a lot on the line. And that was my whole deal, man, is just looking at these articles, man, and reading them and saying, why are we still talking about Anthony Joshua? Even though you're talking about next year, you have a big fish in front of you that you got to fry first. You know, a big old mountain in front of you that you gotta climb. We don't know, you don't know if you're gonna be able to pass that, go over that mountain. So why even speak on it? Speak on the next opponent, you know. So with that being said, man, you got anything else for me, my brother?
Nah, I mean, we ain't talking about nothing else because we already know how this gonna play out.
We're gonna have to wait and see, man. And we're gonna have to just wait and see because, like I said, it's a lot about to happen here in boxing, man. We got a lot of good fights coming up, and we just gotta wait and see where, if the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury trilogy is even gonna happen. And I mean, I'll keep everybody posted. And with that being said, Nick will be in Boxing News, and some of you are, my brother.
It's BD, BNboxing News.
And with that being said, guys, y'all already know where we about to go at with this here. Tell me, man. You already know where we about to go at with this here, bro. Because
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lex is a conqueror. No, I'm